Welcome back to Mindful Minerva. Have you ever experienced those moments in life when you're met with formidable challenges, which makes you feel like you're standing against an overwhelming tide of obstacles? It's during these trying times that we truly understand the weight of adversity. In this video, we will reveal practical strategies designed to guide you through these hurdles and empower you to navigate them with resilience. Let's get right into it. Strategy number 1. Stop overthinking. In the journey of overcoming challenges, one significant barrier that often obstructs our progress is the habit of overthinking. It's like getting caught in a mental whirlwind where worries and doubts endlessly swirl, making the situation seem more daunting than it might actually be. However, here's a valuable strategy. Take a deliberate pause when you notice these thoughts spiraling out of control. By becoming aware of this pattern, you can start reshaping your approach. Imagine your mind as a compass that sometimes loses its direction and gets stuck in the same loop of anxious thoughts. Instead of letting it wander endlessly, gently guide it back on track. It's similar to training a muscle. When you catch yourself overthinking, pause and redirect your focus. Mentally tell yourself to assess this situation differently. This process involves acknowledging those worrying thoughts without letting them dictate your actions. It's not about completely suppressing thoughts or pretending the worries don't exist. Instead, it's acknowledging their presence while choosing not to let them control your decisions. Embrace a mindset where you're the captain, steering your ship through turbulent waters. By recognizing the overthinking loop and actively redirecting your thoughts towards constructive actions, you gain a sense of control over the situation. Consider it as a skill, something you practice and refine over time. It might not be an instant fix, but gradually, you'll find yourself spending less time in the whirlwind of overthinking and more time navigating towards solutions. Before we continue, please take a second right now to subscribe to the channel. We would greatly appreciate your support. Now, back to the video. Strategy number 2. Focus on your strengths. When we're faced with tough times, it's common to start thinking about what we're not so good at. But here's something to consider. Instead of getting caught up in those things, let's think about what skills we have and what comes natural to us. Everyone has something they're good at, whether it's being kind, good at drawing, or great at explaining things. Think about the things you feel confident doing, the stuff that makes you feel strong and capable. These things are your strengths. When tough situations come knocking, it's like having a toolbox full of your strengths ready to help you out. When faced with a challenge, take a moment to look at your strengths. It could be something as simple as being patient or being able to stay calm under pressure. Instead of worrying too much about what might go wrong, think about how you can use these strengths to tackle the problem. Let's say you're great at explaining things to others. Maybe the challenge you're facing involves helping someone understand a tricky concept. You could use your strength in explaining to break down the problem into simpler parts and help them understand it better. By focusing on what you're good at, it's like using your secret weapons to face challenges. You'll feel more confident because you know you have these strengths to rely on whenever you need them. When you approach challenges using your strengths, it changes the game. Suddenly, the problem doesn't seem as big and scary because you're using what you're good at to tackle it. Strategy number 3. Find meaning in challenging experiences. When things get tough, it might seem like everything's just going wrong. But here's something interesting to consider. These tough times aren't just about things going bad. They can actually be like seeds for something good to grow. Think of tough times as a way to learn something important. It's like going through a tricky maze where, at each turn, you discover something new about yourself or the world around you. When faced with challenges, take a moment to pause and think. These difficult moments might actually have some valuable lessons hidden within them. For example, think about a time when something really hard happened. What did you learn from that experience? Maybe it taught you to be patient, or it made you realize how strong you can be when things get tough. It's like going to a school where the lessons aren't written on a chalkboard, but are found in the experiences you go through. These challenges are like the teachers that help you learn things that you might not have learned otherwise. When you look back at those tough times, you might even feel grateful for what they taught you, like finding hidden treasures in unexpected places. You might not have wanted those challenges, but they helped you grow in ways you didn't expect. So instead of just seeing challenges as roadblocks, try to see them as opportunities. See them as something to learn from, to become stronger, and to appreciate the good things even more. By finding meaning in these experiences, you're not just getting through tough times. You're actually improving your whole well-being. Strategy number 4. Consider challenges as opportunities and not threats. Sometimes when something difficult comes our way, it feels like a big problem or something scary. But here's a cool way to think about it. What if these tough things are actually chances for something good? Think of challenges as a bit like puzzle pieces. At first, they might seem like they don't fit and could mess everything up. But when you look at them closely, they might be exactly what you need to make a beautiful picture. When faced with challenges, try looking at them in a different way. Think about it like this. Try to imagine you're playing a game, and the harder levels are the ones where you really learn the most. Challenges can be like those harder levels. They might seem tough, but they're also where you grow and get better at the game. Say you have to do something really difficult at school or at work. Instead of feeling worried, think about how this challenge might actually help you learn something new or get better at what you do. It could be a chance to show what you're capable of or to learn a skill you didn't know before. By facing these challenges, you're not just getting through them, you're actually building up your skills and becoming more confident. Don't look at challenges as threats that might mess things up. Instead, try to look at them as opportunities that could actually make things better. They're like stepping stones that can lead you to success, helping you grow and develop in ways you never thought possible. And last, but not least, strategy number 5, compartmentalize to maintain balance. Sometimes when we're dealing with something tough, it can feel like it's taking over everything else in our lives. But here's a cool trick. Try to imagine putting all those tough things in a separate box in your mind. Think of your mind as a big closet with different shelves. Each shelf holds something different. Your school stuff, your hobbies, your friends, and your problems. Compartmentalizing is like putting your problems on one shelf and the good stuff on another, so they don't mix together. When you face a challenge, it's like a messy box that you can put on its own shelf. It might be a big, heavy box, but it doesn't have to fill up the whole closet. You can leave space for the other boxes too, the ones filled with fun things, happy memories, and good times. Let's say you're having a tough time with school or work. Instead of letting that difficult time take over your whole day or your whole life, try to set it aside for a bit. Take a break and do something you enjoy, like drawing, playing a game, or spending time with friends and family. You're giving yourself permission to focus on the positive things, even when something difficult is going on. When you learn to compartmentalize, it's like you're creating a balance. You're not ignoring the tough stuff, but you're also not letting it overpower everything else. This way, you can still feel happy and enjoy the good things in life despite the challenges. Remember that challenges are just one part of life's puzzle. By keeping them in their own space and not letting them take over everything else, you can maintain a better balance. In essence, you're keeping your closet tidy, with each thing in its own place. Compartmentalizing helps you keep the good parts of your life shining bright, even when there's a tough spot that needs your attention. Thank you for watching today. Please remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos, and please leave a comment for any other tips that you might want to share with others. Until next time, stay focused, and we will see you in the next video.